This is a standard 15 amp breaker that you might find in your home. I'm using it to show you how a biochemical switch works in your brain that is associated with the fight or flight mechanism. When I was 10 years old, I was walking through my neighborhood down by a pond. I didn't see the collie hidden in the bushes. He leaped from the bushes and dug his teeth into me. My brain shut off all unnecessary functions and it let me with my emotions and my impulse to fight off the dog. Within 20 to 45 minutes, my brain reset the switch, allowing me to function as normal. Not long after the dog bite, I came home from school and had found that my dad had taken all the living room furniture and had screwed it to the wall in a collage. My dad was mentally ill. This intense and ongoing trauma caused a malfunction in my HPA switch. Public health officials have warned us that this kind of trauma in children's homes will affect not only their health, but their education, public safety, and the economy of the community. The original studies on childhood trauma listed 10. They're now referred to as the ACE scores, or adverse childhood experiences. Many other traumas have now been added to the list. The problem comes when the now overly sensitive HPA switch will trip at the slightest provocation, causing a cascade failure in the educational suite of the brain. Something as simple as losing your keys causes a cascade of failures, losing your cognitive abilities, your language, your listening, your problem solving, the organization of memory, listening skills are shut off. Losing a video game is enough tension to trip the HPA switch, causing significant social interaction suite to go offline. Important things such as facial recognition, social cues, impulse control, stunned speechlessness, hypervigilance, and aggressive anxiety are a result. The cumulative loss of the cognitive processes is rendering the young people unable to care for themselves, and this can continue into adulthood. The health implications for the children is the most significant. It is said that illness is 4 to 12 times higher amongst those children that suffer this kinds of trauma, and they can expect a 20 to 30 year reduction in life expectancy. Recent studies have shown that the DNA is miscuing, and these miscues are being passed on to the offspring. This YouTube video is very helpful in explaining this process. We've talked about the different kinds of trauma that can trigger this chemical switch, but we have been finding that dehydration and malnutrition are also contributing to the HPA biochemical malfunction. While we know that the HPA switch can reset in 20 to 45 minutes, with these extra stresses, we're finding that it's not resetting and the students are living in perpetual fight or flight mode. This data is most telling and shows a comparison between the ACE score of 6 and PTSD. This chart shows the effects on the class structure. On the right, you see upper class, and the dark part shows those that are not affected by ACE scores. Comprehensive studies have shown that about 12% of the middle class could be affected by this trauma or toxic stress. But a recent study of 60,000 inmates in a Florida correctional facility showed that as much as 50% of this population could be affected. As I wrestled with the implications of this data, I saw in my mind's eye a young astronaut whose spacesuit had malfunctioned, causing his perspective to be askew and his navigation impossible. Because so many young people are adrift, we have decided to form a rescue party, and we're asking you today to come and join us